Montreal, a teeming metropolis in the French-speaking Quebec province of Canada, home to the largest French-speaking population of any city outside of Paris, France, the second most populated city in the country, and home to the third largest airport in Canada by passenger volume. Seeing that we covered the two preceding airports in Toronto Pearson and Vancouver International, it is only fitting that this video is about the top 5 facts regarding Montreal Pierre Elliott Trudeau International Airport, and a little bit about my journeys that I've taken so far through this airport. If you don't feel like watching the entire video, I strongly recommend at least checking out fact number 5, where I explain the implications that the current pandemic has had on traffic volume and show some data analysis of the information I researched. As you may know, Montreal Trudeau Airport is the third largest airport by passenger volume in Canada, following only behind Vancouver International at number 2, and Toronto Pearson taking top spot as the busiest Canadian airport. Pre-pandemic, Montreal has seen high traffic numbers flowing through its terminal, with over 20 million passengers served in 2019 if you include Mirabel. Although it is only fitted with a single terminal building, it is both efficiently operated and effectively designed to service the millions of people traveling through its gates each year. Montreal Trudeau's airport's terminal building is divided into 4 distinct sections. It is a 2-story terminal with public concourses for both departure check-ins and arrival exits, a domestic section for flights within Canada, an international section for flights to and from international destinations outside of Canada and the United States, and finally, there is the transborder zone for flights exclusively servicing between Montreal and cities in the United States. Transborder flights have the unique opportunity to allow passengers to pre-obtain clearance of customs in Montreal, so once they arrive in the United States, they can exit like a domestic American passenger, since customs and forms have already been completed before departure. Now let's take a dive into how the airport layout works and see what features are present in each area of the terminal building. Starting with the public concourse. As with any airport, the public spaces of Montreal Trudeau Airport are pretty much as you would expect. The first floor features the arrival zone where inbound passengers are able to collect luggage and meet greeters upon exiting the secured regions of the airport. It connects to the city's public transportation service, including the airport's 747 shuttle bus and other taxi lines. The departures area on the second floor includes check-in kiosks and desks spread along the building. Depending on the airline and what security zone you are expected to go through, you will quickly find your corresponding check-in desk. Personally, I've flown out of Montreal on only 2 different airlines, namely Air Transat and Air Canada. Along with a few other airlines, these Canadian carriers share the same self-check-in kiosks and are really easy to find. Simply use the machines and obtain your spot in security lines, and you're already airside without much of a hassle. Airside, there are the aforementioned 3 zones that are named after the type of travel you are pursuing. The domestic zone is quite large and divided into 2 areas. The main terminal area includes gates 1 to 12, 15, and 47 to 49. The connected satellite terminal features some more gates, numbered 17, 19, 21, 23, 25, 27, 28, 30, 32, and 34. Most of these gates are used for smaller aircraft like the turboprop Dash 8 type aircraft. When I flew out of Montreal on the Air Transat 737-700 in July 2019, I used one of these gates and experienced the long walk through a then dimly lit tunnel to access the satellite area. Needless to say, the satellite zone is much less impressive when compared to the main building. In the international section, you can find gates 50 to 53 and gates 55 to 68. If you wish to enter this section, you must be flying to an international city outside of Canada and the United States. I checked it out personally, and not only do you have to go through a separate security zone than the domestic passengers, but even if you attempted to cross into the international zone from the airside domestic area, there is still another security gate where agents check your boarding pass, so it is not possible to finesse the system and take a peek at the international zone if you've only got a measly domestic flight. But hey, domestic flights are just as fun, almost just as fun at least, so just stay in your zone. Additionally, the Loop is found in the international zone and is one of the largest Canadian duty-free shops you can find, so definitely give it a visit if you're out flying there. Finally, we've got the transborder section. Again, for US-bound passengers, their flights depart through one of the 18 gates, numbered from 72 to 89. In addition, 3 gates in the international section could also be used for US-bound flights if required. Once passengers clear US customs, they will have the opportunity to arrive in the States as a domestic traveler. Well, if you're someone with a taste for a fancy travel experience, then flying is never complete without a mandatory trip to one of the airport lounges. Good thing for you, Montreal Trudeau Airport has a few to choose from, depending on where you're heading to. There are 2 major alliances with lounges featured in Montreal, namely Star Alliance and SkyTeam. If you are a frequent flyer or fit the requirements, such as having a business class ticket, then you are welcome to use these spaces before departure. The Star Alliance Air Canada Maple Leaf Lounge is a popular one in Canada, making appearances all across the country in major airports. You can get access to a Maple Leaf Lounge in all 3 sections of the secured side of the terminal building, with one located in each of domestic, international, and transborder sections. In addition, the SkyTeam Lounge, known as the Air France KLM Lounge, can only be visited if you are flying through the international section. Located near Gate 57 in the international zone, passengers can enjoy the 150 seats, catering, drinks, and even shower to feel refreshed before your long flight. Although I have never been here before, the pictures I've seen online depict a fairly elegant lounge space with good apron views, which is always a bonus for aviation geeks. Moving on, there are also paid lounges where you can pay to enter, or be part of a credit card program. First, the National Bank Lounge, located near Gate 53 of the international section for customers. You can enjoy snacks, drinks, Wi-Fi, and newspapers while relaxing before your flight to an international destination. On the website, it says the lounge is open from 4 AM to 11 PM, 24/7, which does not really make sense to me, because the last time I checked, 4 AM to 11 PM is not quite 24 hours, or maybe I missed something? Finally, if you are an Odyssey or Platinum Visa credit card holder traveling through the international zone, you can access the Desjardins Odyssey Lounge and enjoy snacks and beverages while relaxing before your flight. Located near Gate 63, it is once again only available to customers going to international destinations outside Canada and the States. Based off the videos and photos I have seen, this lounge seems nicely designed, and I truly like the color scheme. Needless to say, it is pretty clear that most of the lounge choices come in the international section, and it totally does make sense, since these flights last longer, and if you ever need to relax before a flight, chances are it would be before a long trip. Montreal Trudeau Airport might be less busy than Vancouver International Airport, but the runway layout is similar. Just like the West Coast Vancouver Airport, the 2 main runways run east to west, named 24 right 06 left and 24 left 06 right. Additionally, a crosswind runway, much smaller in length, is located running northwest to southeast, runway 1028. Runway 24 right 06 left is 11,000 feet in length, while its parallel counterpart is only 9,600 feet. Lastly, the crosswind runway is just 7,000 feet long, and all 3 runways span 200 feet across. As with any big airport, there are landing fees for aircraft and standard instrument routes for departing and landing aircraft. On all 3 of my personal flights that I took off from this airport, we have always taken runway 24 left, allowing me to believe that the normal winds prevail from the west in Montreal. Last but definitely not least, it is time to take a look into some analytical data that I found regarding current operation levels and the implications that the pandemic has had on the industry of aviation in Montreal. Be advised, data is accurate to March of 2021 and reflects on numbers obtained from the official Montreal Trudeau Airport website. In 2019, there was an official count of around 20 million passengers served in Montreal, but a 73.2% decrease in passenger volume in 2020 means that only around 5.5 million passengers traveled through the airport after a year. Corresponding to the pandemic news in Canada, the volume of travelers did not change much during the first quarter of 2020, but declined declined significantly in April of 2020 onwards, with a 97% decrease in numbers during the summer compared to the same time in 2019. Although there is a significant decrease in passengers in the first quarter of this year, it's because the first quarter of 2020 saw normal traffic, and this statistic would be unreliable. Compared to the fourth quarter of 2020, the current volumes are on par with what has been the norm for now. In terms of aircraft movements, we see a 59.3% decline in traffic in 2020 compared to 2019, with only 96,235 recorded against a 2019 total of 236,908. Additionally, we take a look at the comparative data shown in two charts explaining the movements tally from 2019 to 2020. We are hopeful for a steady recovery for everyone and every industry, not just the aviation world we are looking into in this project. Well, that about sums up the top 5 facts that I thought would be interesting enough to present to you in this video. Let me know if you learned something here and comment what airport you want me to research next time. If you enjoyed my work here, please give me a like and subscribe to stay updated for more videos on aviation or travel. I thank you for watching today, and special thanks to Felix Antoine from Quebec for allowing me to use some of his footage of aircraft movements in Montreal Trudeau International Airport. Feel free to give his channel a view, and his channel is linked in the description. Thank you all very much again, and remember aviators, as always, please travel safely and have a great day everyone. Cheerio!